California is probably the number one producer of marijuana, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, if not the world right now. When you hear about that quantity of marijuana that's being manufactured, it's illegal under federal law. Federal law enforcement's doing nothing. State law enforcement doesn't have the resources to do anything. If you're a licensed grower, you're getting screwed because you cannot compete with the black market. So you'll probably be out of business soon.
This all goes back the last 7 or 8 or 10 years in California. Absolute disaster. It's all an attack on civility and public safety. Let me give you a little example here. This article, this is published in a small publication, California City News. They are in an area where this illegal behavior is incredibly impactful. They have a direct, intimate stake in what's going on in California City. It's in the high desert, Mojave Desert. They interview a grower who remains anonymous. He's a licensed grower. We're quoting in part of this article. It talks about him living on both sides of legality. One of the quotes here, the anonymous grower said, "The burden of competing in the regulated economy simply doesn't make sense to many longtime operators who came up in the pre-Proposition 64 marketplace. There is a widespread mindset, and quote unquote, why bother when the illegal economy is booming and there is little law enforcement to fear? In Los Angeles, for example, opening a retail operation can cost $1 million or more with licensing fees, real estate costs, attorneys, and inspections. Promises of social equity programs that would assist businesses run by people of color have gotten off to an uneven start. No one is making money anywhere in the legal supply chain. Kelo, this is a person I referred to earlier, sees few bright spots in the law and established California's legal market beyond a testing program that safeguards quality and programs to expunge old criminal records from marijuana. That was part of the deal. So your record gets wiped clean if you had previous convictions. But it says with Prop 64, we did it all wrong, he said. You're penalizing the law-abiding citizen in California. These people are trying to do it right. And so what you do is you make it expensive for them to do it. Like you said, Bill, you tax the hell out of them. You regulate the hell out of them. And then what's more devastating actually than that is what you don't do to the illegal grower, the illegal trafficker. You basically reduce anything they do to a misdemeanor. This is abhorrent. This is evil. If they were serious about regulating the marijuana industry, if California were serious about that, you would do two things. You go ahead, make it legal, set up your inspection process, the quality control. But first of all, you would make it very inexpensive, along with having the proper inspections and regulations. I'm all for that when you're talking about dispensing drugs. Absolutely. I'm all for that. But you make it easy otherwise financially to start a business. Number two, anybody who is operating outside of the law when it comes to the production, the cultivation, and the trafficking, the sales of marijuana should be subject to devastating prosecutions. It should be taken seriously. If you don't want to abide by the laws come down on you with the heaviest hand possible. They did exactly the opposite. They made it more difficult for the legal law-abiding citizen to operate within the law than for criminals to operate outside of the law.
And that's because it wasn't about marijuana, it was about social justice.
Exactly. This is exactly right. That's why I said it. It's once again part of this whole cake batter of all these laws that do nothing to promote civility, nothing to promote public safety, nothing to promote the rule of law, nothing to promote self-responsibility, letting criminals out early, reducing penalties. You can have all these tens of thousands of plants being grown. And basically, it boils down to a misdemeanor. So this is another example of California screwing things up, doing things for the wrong reason, what you said, social justice bill. You're 100% right.